48576.7. After successfully thwarting a Ji'Karie attempt to steal a prototype deflector, Lieutenant Arif and his team returned to Cadet Beckett's hideout with 2 more captured agents. Lieutenant Commander Prax and team also returns with less luck, capturing only 1 agent, but failing to stop an agent from getting away with Romulan technology. With a new security report about a break-in at a shuttle hub located in what is called Eastern Russia, time may be running out. And we will have you guys start off at the player hideout, or at the hideout. Let me make sure everyone's tokens are here and on the correct layer. Let me know if your token is not there. All right, so kind of catch everybody up. Like the synopsis said, all the teams were on simultaneous missions to, investigate and try to thwart some of the Ji'Karie agents. Lieutenant Arif's team were successful. Captain Praxis' team less so. But all of the teams have converged at the hideout location to regroup and to try to see what the Ji'Karie's next move is. I'll post some advantages you guys have in the Discord, and you guys could start roleplay from there. If I had Discord up on my other computer, of course.
Well, this room's more full than last time I was here.
Any idea where that shuttle they just took went to?
Is there a way to track it down?
And Becca will speak up. Well, they wouldn't want it to be detected long, so I don't think their base or their location where they took it would be far from the theft location.
Well, that's a good sign. Gives us a shorter perimeter to work with.
Well, maybe one of these new people could help us out here. You'll look around at the. Are they still out, GM?
What's that?
Are the Ji'Karie agents still? Are they out or are they awake?
These two are awake. This one, I think, had injuries.
Gotcha. Yeah, so he'll just kind of look around at him and kind of say, yeah, they might know an approximate location at least.
Who are you referring that to?
So he's saying that out loud, but he's looking at the 2 Ji'Karie agents in the middle of the room.
This one just kind of has a defiant stare at you when it's directed toward him. This one's looking at the ground.
Well, it's going to be tough to get information out of folks that are both willing to die and kill billions just for their cause. Must take a real special kind of superiority complex to think that that's moral and just.
This one here will speak up. You're already too late. Whatever you're planning to do here, it won't work. You have already failed.
Isn't time relative? A refill call from the chair.
I would wager in a few hours, you don't even have to worry about that.
I guess we'll see.
GM, which one was the one who spoke up?
Uh, the one on the right, this one I'm pinging in red right now. I'll put them in red.
DeGrasse will look at the other one. So I'm assuming you agree with your compatriot here.
Of course.
Billions dead. No warning.
Must
Is that? I was going to say, does that sit well with you?
Sorry, girlfriend, aggro, if anything's directed at me.
Nothing. DeGrasse was speaking rhetorically, so sorry, Prax.
no, you're fine. Like, DeGrasse made the point, like, billions of dead, and that doesn't mean nothing to it. Questioning whether or not it means anything to him. To the guy who was holding his head down. Sure
I
must.
believe in our mission. It is just.
Well, your mission may, to you may be just, but who's going to remember you? My understanding, at least from what I can remember, no one's going to remember your heroic deeds among your own people. Sure sounds comforting. Won't you be erased along with us?
And he'll give a glance to this gentleman here.
And your family, and your children, and your grandchildren, and your future great grandchildren, all gone. Just erased from time.
He shooted glances to the other guy before he speaks. The Vorkala will conquer. We will thrive.
Conquering? You're not conquering anything. From my, at least, limited dealing with your people in the future, you practically, Vorka didn't leave their homeworld.
The other one will speak up. The Vorkala will conquer what is left behind by your feeble federation.
And where do you draw the line? The Klingons, the Romulans, the Borg? Hell, what about the Q? You think you can stop the Q?
Anyone who poses a threat to the Vorkala will be erased, will be dealt with.
Until there's absolutely nothing left. Sure sounds pretty lonely.
The one I have marked red will turn to his friend. Don't listen to the dying wishes of our enemy. They don't matter, and soon they won't even exist. Trust in the plan. It is already in motion. Our sacrifice here will be for the greater good of all Vorkala everywhere and in all time.
I don't know if your people truly want that. See, the Prime Minister, she seemed very eager to talk with me, to deal with me, to get to know us. It seemed, and then even members within your own faction have betrayed you. How do you think we got here and got our memories?
The one marked red will say, lies, all lies. Don't listen to them. They're desperate.
Either way, you make this easier or harder on us, but we will stop your friends. Cadet Nidan and Cadet Volo, can you work on cracking those data pads?
Sure thing, Lieutenant Commander.
Close enough.
I'm curious. What are your people going to do when the Federation isn't there to stop the Dominion pouring through the wormhole?
Without the Federation, the Dominion never learn of the wormhole to begin with.
How can you be sure? How can you be sure that without the Federation, the Cardassia retains possession of Terek Nor, and eventually they stumble upon it? No, the Cardassians, they'll make allies again with the Dominion.
The Dominion, from my understanding, at least vague memories of it, they are aware of the wormhole. They've already sent scouts into the Alpha Quadrant. For all you know, there could be a changeling among your own people, and you not even know it.
The one in red will turn to his friend. You see the behavior they're exhibiting here? They will say anything in their desperation to stop their impending doom.
Do we have like all our memories? back from like our older selves now, or just select ones?
Probably select ones, but they're selected probably from the start of this arc, and maybe a few before.
Well, gentlemen, I assure you there are worse people out there than us, and will be eager to make slaves out of all of you.
Garibaldi, give me an insight security. Difficulty 1.
Nope. I'll give you a bold. I'll give you a threat so I can at least have my reroll.
And this is because you're right next to the guy.
Take my reroll.
Ooh. How much threat do I get?
It's just well,
I mean, to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 17?
there's 17.
Gain a momentum. Sorry, trying to type with one hand sucks.
No, just talking to this the guy on the left. Garibaldi's to say, "How many kids you got, man?"
Before he answers, he'll glance back at the red agent, and he'll turn to you and say, "Why is that relevant?"
I just think if we're all going to die, we need to take some time and remembrance of those that won't exist. Might as well include your kids in them as well. I mean, it's easy to sacrifice yourself for what you believe in, like your companion here. It's a little colder to sacrifice others. They don't even get the choice.
I don't know what you want from me, and he'll look back on the ground.
Maybe I just want to help encourage you to speak for yourself. Your friend over there is doing a lot of talking for you, but he seems to have less to sacrifice than you do. I mean, is this really what your people are about? Wiping out entire civilizations, billions of people, just not to never exist.
And the one in red will speak up. Don't let them get into your head.
You know, it's funny that over time, hundreds of civilizations, those that want to censor, want to prevent others from talk, they're the ones that have the most to hide. If your people's belief in what they're doing is strong, then your actions should be able to speak for themselves. There shouldn't be anything I could say to cause you to doubt what you're doing. Maybe you should take a moment or two to think for yourself. I mean, consider this: if I was afraid that my people had less right to exist, or that our side was, that my arguments were of value, if I thought there was a flaw in my arguments, I'd have stunned your buddy 5 minutes ago and silenced him. But we're not. We're Starfleet. We're not about Federation. We're not about forcing our beliefs on others or making others pay so that we can expand our lives and our territory. We grow through alliance, through federation. You know, rather than conquering, your people could join with us and be stronger.
The red one will speak up. Don't listen to them. You knew what the briefings are. You knew what the Federation will do to us if we let them survive.
You're referring to Soah's briefings. Lies. I'm sure of it. I could use a cold drink. Ensign Casey, why don't you join me and bring our friend here? She taps the red one on the shoulder.
Pleasure, Commander. Yeah, he'll just kind of gruffly grab them by the collar and start dragging them. Unless, of
Both
course,
or
they
just
willingly
one?
get up. No, just the red guy.
So what were you doing with the guy in red?
We're going up top to get a drink, and I'm going to shove him into a bar or into one of the, just casually walk in the bar. He's going to sit there quietly, and we're just going to have a couple drinks. So he's not in the room.
Gotcha. So we'll stay in the underground then.
So, what's your name, buddy? I gotta have something to call you. I'm Garibaldi.
Hold on, I have one. Gotta find it. Lasso. My name is Lasso.
Lasso? Tell me what you're thinking, Lasso. Do you really think this is right?
What I know is irrelevant.
Why?
Or rather, it should be what I think is irrelevant.
Why is it irrelevant?
I am just a pawn. I'm just here to do a task. I don't question the orders of my betters.
Not out loud, anyway, right? I mean, we all not supposed to. I mean, heck, I'm just a cadet. I'm not even a real member of the Federation Starfleet yet. I guess I won't be if you and your friends succeed.
Just curious, though. Why have you not executed me already?
One, it's not our way. Life is precious. Everyone's life, regardless of how they feel about us. And frankly, what would be the point? Even if we were like the Klingons, what would be the point? Why needlessly harm you when we're all going to cease to exist in a few hours anyway?
All right, Garibaldi, since you're doing most of the talking here, give me Presence Command difficulty 2.
Oh, those are stellar skills for me. I'm gonna spend the momentum for an extra die. We take psychiatry as a focus.
You know what? I will.
Well, I need to check on a talent real quick, unless you can remind me what psychoanalyst does. I
I
think,
have not the slightest idea.
You increase the complication range to get additional obtained information spins.
okay, that won't help me with this roll though. All right, so I'll go with 3 dice and my focus. Seriously? Um. All right. I
Wow.
mean, yeah. I'm looking at my values now. Oof. I want to spend my determination to re-roll those, but my values are kind of weak on this, unless I can get a um, mission directive out of that.
I think at this point, mission directive will probably apply.
Let's try that again.
'Cause-
Oh, come on. Oh, you said 2.
Yeah, 2. So you got it. If Soha is wrong about the executions, perhaps there is flaw in his understanding of the Federation.
What do they teach you about us?
That the Federation are evil conquerors, hell bent on gaining territory, gaining resources, gaining slaves to work in the mines. And that and that our homeworld was next.
Hmm. Let me ask you. Put aside everything you've been told. Think about what you've seen. What have you seen of the Federation? that sounds like that.
I personally don't know much about your federation.
You've been on Earth for how long? Just for this mission, how long you been on Earth?
A few weeks.
How many slaves have you seen?
Give me a diff 3 roll.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is a gated task.
All right.
I'm trying to get you help, but you're the only one talking.
Well, then whenever I spent my determination. I don't have any. I don't have any milestones. I'd like to challenge a value to get another determination.
What would you challenge?
I've been trying to get rid of this value for a while anyway. I missed my calling as a security officer. Because right now he's acting a role as a counselor.
You know what? I will allow it.
All right, that gives me 2 automatic successes. I assume you'll still take psychiatry as a focus.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to give you a 2 threat for an additional die. Oh, come on. That's 3.
I don't think you have any rerolls presence command. What? I suppose I haven't, but admittedly, I haven't looked into your entire planet. Perhaps you are hiding them.
If we're like you think we are, why would we hide them on our home on Federation on one of the primary home worlds of the Federation?
Sir, don't we have access to the sensors on the ship up in orbit? Why don't we just show them?
DeGrasse, excuse me. DeGrasse will turn to him. Well, do you know how to read sensor data?
I'm a quick study.
He'll walk over to the console. DeGrasse will patch into the ship and do some quick scans of Earth.
What are you trying to show them?
So theoretically, if we're hiding them underground or something like that, there should be large encampments of like concentrated life signatures under the planet somewhere. I'm just going to show them basically we're not hiding anybody underground.
All right, give me. This is going to be a present science difficulty 2 to create the advantage.
Isn't science? Huh.
Well, I mean, you're persuading him technically, so
Yeah. So 2 focuses might apply. Persuasion and sensor operations, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to be right back. Go ahead and roll it. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Man,
Oh my God. Let's get them all out in the first half hour.
at least it's not just me.
Uh,
Y'all have missed my multiple successes,
yeah.
evidently.
Our quest to save the Federation is going so well so far.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here.
Oh, wow. Did you just roll that?
I would like to, yeah, use, yeah, mission directive.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Oh, take a threat too. There we go.
Gain 1. I suppose the slavery is not widespread, and I'm spending threat for this because this is hilarious, and you gave me a bunch of threat, and because I know about it. But what about this area here, this heightened security area? And he points to New Zealand.
Um, Out of character? Is there anything on New Zealand?
Federation's penal colony.
Really? Welp.
That's a rehabilitation area.
Yeah, everyone wears like ankle bracelets and they have chores to do and to work off. Well, not work off, but essentially, for their time served type deal.
Gotcha. So it's Swedish prison.
Yes, a Swedish prison.
Gotcha.
Prison nonetheless.
I love
Uh,
that.
and we'll come back to that response. We're going to head upstairs as Prax and Casey maybe forcibly push the gentleman down here.
3 beers, please. A beer okay with you, Ensign?
Works for me, Captain. Our friend might want just water, though.
Oh, it's the last days here. Last few hours. Might as well give it a little.
My sentiments exactly. You might as well enjoy your final hours here in existence.
Precisely.
AC will stare the guy dead in the eyes and say, "The captain is much kinder than I."
Clearly. between you and me, he kind of leans into you, Casey. If this was my operation, I would already be in the torture wrecks. But
Well,
Oh, really?
each their
That's so
own.
original.
But if you choose the persuasion route first, then the pain compliance route, who am I to judge your methods?
considering torture has been outlawed for centuries, also, you don't typically get information on someone who's being tortured.
But it is fun, though.
For you, not the individual that's being tortured. It's very inhumane and disgusting, if you ask me.
Here you go with your false morals and high horses.
False morals.
I know what kind of monsters the Federation really is.
What kind of monster are we? What information do you have to show that we are such terrible people? Look around you. You see all sorts of different species here, even on the homeworld of the homeworld of a species that help give rise to the Federation. Countless different species living together in harmony.
Subservient species, maybe. Something we Vorkula know much about.
Clearly, I do not look like the humans. I am Trill, yet I rise to a position of power. In fact, the current president of the Federation is actually an alien, believe it or not. And I believe he actually gives a wonderful speech. Will be given a wonderful speech here in less than a week. Oh wait, you won't get to listen to it.
Whatever false facades this Federation pulls up, it's not true. None of it's true. These Earthlings, and he points directly at you, Casey, are violent, vile creatures who know
And
nothing but war, nothing but conflict.
and do you not have a similar history yourselves, or do you continue to whitewash your history so you don't know the horrors of your own past?
We forced off the shackles of our oppressors. Can you say the same? Sure, they might put you in a fancy uniform, give you some power, and he throws that in quotes. You know, he does the air quote gesture. But you don't have any real power here. You're all manipulated, programmed to think and act the way your oppressors want to.
And who might that be?
We determined that it was all humankind.
All humankind. Then why would the oppressors allow an alien to be their president? Why would our human oppressors allow aliens to control high levels of government?
The same reason our oppressors did to us, to ensure compliance.
Did they allow... See, I don't know who your oppressors were exactly.
Exactly, because they no longer exist. We are merely taking preventative measures to ensure that we are never enslaved again. That we are
See,
never oppressed.
every culture that has joined the Federation has joined on their own free will. And if they don't wish to join the Federation, they don't have to. We don't force anyone to do anything. We respect people.
What about the Maquis? What about those that you abandoned in your neutral zone with the Cardassians?
They were offered a chance to leave their homes and they decided not to. And be settled elsewhere within the galaxy and given priority aid if they wanted to. Some accepted, some chose to stay behind. We didn't abandon them, but they chose to want to not leave their homes that they created there on those colonies. I cannot blame them for that.
And so what does the Federation do? You abandon them. You call them terrorists for defending themselves.
They attacked innocent other civilians within the Federation and also injured several other Starfleet members. Violence is not the solution. Believe me, I have no love for the Cardassians. And if you want to know, I huddled inside a cave for a week with my father after the Cardassians brutally attacked my father's survey ship. I, for one, thought I was dead. I lost a friend I made in that cave that day. So believe me, I know what the Cardassians are perfectly capable of doing.
And you just abandon those that you were sworn to protect to another oppressor. Because it suited you politically. Don't pretend that we are so different.
No, we're not so different. Not at all. I'm not. But there's always another way to do things. Unfortunately, our leaders may have chose the wrong path, or may have chose a path that ultimately maybe saved millions of lives in the end. We did what we had to do in order to not start another conflict with the Cardassians. One that cost a lot of lives, and all those people in those colonies that we unfortunately got left behind would most likely be dead if another war broke out. You can go bad cop, Casey.
Okay. Casey will look at him in the eyes, and he'll say, "No, I don't need torture to read you. You're a coward and a sheep. Weak, led by the strong. You look around and see everything, and you twist it. You've told yourself so many lies that you truly believe them. You will bend reality around you so that it fits within what you believe in. You talk about human history and what has happened in our past. I will make no denial of that. And all of those atrocities were committed by people like you. People who are incapable of thinking for themselves, incapable of critical thought, incapable of compassion, capable of empathy. It is that from which we have risen above. I know you will give us no information. That is of no concern, for I believe that we have the resolve to overcome this threat.
Well, then you keep those thoughts near and dear to your heart. Maybe they will be the thoughts that soothe yourself as you enter the abyss.
Better to enter the abyss fighting for what I believe in.
I just hope that your resolve is fitting for the end that's going to befall you as well as us. Too bad you won't be able to live with it.
There is not an action I have taken of which I am not proud to have done.
That includes.
Perhaps you should think on that in the few hours you have left. What are your regrets?
My question is, how many lives have you saved? Just out of curiosity, how many have you saved and how many you've killed?
I have saved more lives than you can possibly count. I have my entire species to save. And I will kill as many as it takes to preserve my people, my home. Bartender, 3 more drinks, please. I think they're gonna need them. And I think we'll cut back to the downstairs. All right, so I believe the downstairs group were coming up with a response to What About New Zealand?
That, and DeGrasse points to exactly where he pointed. It's a rehabilitation area for those that need to be reintegrated back into society. We'll glance at Garibaldi.
It's we got a whole profession dedicated to helping folks. That's part of what I'm studying to be in Starfleet Academy. Is to work with those folks and help them rejoin. There's no if we were the people that you've been taught we were, I can think of a lot better things we could do with New Zealand than use it as a penal colony. Make it into a resort.
But those people there no longer have their freedom.
The people that are there have chosen. Well, some have chosen, and some through life circumstances have made mistakes, and they've chosen to violate the rights of others. Once they've had time, treatment, counseling, so that they are no longer the types of beings that hurt others, they'll be released.
Tell me, on your world, what do they do with, well, people who need rehabilitation, who might violate the rights of others?
And he just kind of sits in silence for a few minutes. I see your point. You kind of get the impression that he doesn't want to broach that subject, though.
Leos, we're not the monsters you think we are.
Grass will look him in the eye. Look at me.
He'll turn to look.
Look at him. DeGrasse will motion to Mendrock. Look at her. He'll point out Nadon. our civilization was really that brutal and focused on conquest, do you think we'd be able to move about freely? Don't you think we would be here? He'll point to New Zealand. I've seen the type of worlds you speak of. I can guarantee you, this is not like that.
DeGrasse, give me presence command. The difficulty is going to be 4, but you can get assist from both Garibaldi and Nadon.
Alrighty, persuasion for focus.
Yep.
Take 3 threat for 2 extra die. Nice.
Right, here's an assist roll. I've got persuasion and psychiatry, so I'm
Yep.
assuming I have an absolute focus.
You after all the rerolls and such, you gain a momentum. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps there are holes in Minister Soha's analysis of your species. You have given me much to think about.
Unfortunately, there's not a lot of time. Help us. Help us to get a chance to prove to your people that we're not who you think we are.
Give me time to think. And he starts walking off into the back corner back here.
While once he walks off, I'm gonna bring the data pad over to Garibaldi. And whoever else is a ranking officer at this point, I'm not sure the effective time jump.
Arisa lieutenant and DeGrasse, are you a lieutenant?
I am.
Okay, I guess I'll bring it to them.
Poor Garibaldi's a cadet.
Yeah, fair. Think you should see this. They're returning the parts to some place called the Gulag, which I think might be in Russia.
Reef shrug. It sounds familiar.
Vaguely. Do we have a precise location or just a general area?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I think that was role play.
I just have a code name And I think based on some of the things in the database, or sorry, in the data pad, and the fact that it's called the Gulag, I think it might be in Russia. That's about it. Possibly Eastern Russia.
You'll look over at Lasso.
And he's on the outside of ear distance on the other side. Deep in thought.
Nadan, do we know how much time we had?
Um, I would guess a few hours based on what they're saying. Sir.
Well, Lieutenant Arif, what do you think?
I think I'm honestly not exactly sure where this place is. However, it couldn't hurt to figure that out and check it out. Sorry, I was only here for the academy and quite some time before it.
Uh, well, here goes. Grass will take the data pad over to Lasso. He'll gently walk up with the data pad and quietly say, Lasso, we don't know exactly where we should be looking, but we think it's around here. And he'll push the data pad a little forward.
Lasso will close his eyes and say, Jaina, forgive me. And he'll look at the data pad. This is the area where we are headquartered. We'll find a impenetrable fortress, and I'll point to a spot on the data pad. I think it is located around here.
You said a fortress.
He'll nod his head up and down.
Is this something you know a lot about? Have you been here?
It's where the bomb is. If you want to stop this, you have to go there.
Thank you. He'll lean
And then
forward a
if
little more. Oh,
nope,
sorry. Go ahead.
nope, go ahead. Go ahead. You can finish.
He'll lean forward a little more. I promise you've made the right decision.
And he'll just close his eyes at those words. And then we'll head back upstairs. With him just ordering 3 more drinks from the bartender. You know, one for everybody. There were 2 Caseys there for a minute.
Yes, they were. I was wondering if there was a changeling here or not. So, tell me, what's it like on your homeworld? I mean, it must be rough manipulating your entire people to do stuff.
It is a wonderful, wonderful place. Free of outside influence, free of outside corruption.
Except corruption does exist, right? You manipulate your people and their will to live, don't you? Through the superintendent, or whatever it's called.
He is installed to ensure the well-being of our people, the day-to-day lives, the running of the society.
Oh. Excuse me, barkeep. You own this place, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it's been my family for generations.
And no one told you to do this, right?
Well, if you include my great-great-grandpa who said, we're bartenders, we're always gonna be bartenders.
Right, but you do it for your own free will, right? No one's forced you to do anything.
Can't complain.
It's a lovely bar. You and your family have definitely kept it up over the many, many generations.
Yes, we put blood, sweat, and tears into this place. Still kept that old rustic charm of a 20th century gin joint.
Well, you've definitely done an excellent job on the upkeep.
Thank you. Here, just for you. And he pulls out like a, like a special stock alcoholic beverage. Like top shelf type stuff. This is on me.
Yeah. Thank you. Didn't have to do that, but thank you.
Lieutenant DeGrasse to Lieutenant Commander Prax.
Go ahead, DeGrasse.
Lieutenant Commander, I think we have it.
Be down shortly. Good work. Prax out. Well, I guess your time's up. She takes a swig of the drink that was just poured. One for him. She points to, the guy in red. My treat.
And the bartender will smile happily and nod as he pours a drink.
And she goes ahead and pays the guy and heads away from the bar. Well, that's when we have work to do. Sorry, I never really got your name.
Talking to this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Well, it was nice to meet you, Kama, and maybe if we ever meet again, maybe it's on better terms. And she walks to join the rest of them.
Casey, you stay up here, you go with.
He'll grab him, drag him back downstairs.
I'll
Okay.
let him go. I was like, what?
Oh, if that's the commander's prerogative, yeah, but...
I mean, I didn't say what to do with him, so...
Well, he tried to commit genocide, so Casey is gonna drag him back downstairs.
Probably the wiser choice of action. So moments later, Prax walks downstairs, followed by Casey and the Ji'Karie agent.
So, where to, Lieutenant?
Ross will walk up. Here, sir. He'll point to the map on the datapad.
Let's make sure we have set for the gear that we're going to need for this. Am I able to pull up like an overview of the location on the terminal?
They'll probably require a roll.
Do we have an overview roll? Do we have an overview look of the location? Don't want to go in blind. She's asking that as let's role play.
Right. Whoever wants to role play that.
DeGrasse will say, one moment, sir, and he'll pull it up.
All right, reason science, this should be a diff one.
Sensor operations, computers.
Yep, sensor ups. Yeah, you got there. And you're able to pull up the map of the location he pointed to.
It's right here, sir. He mentioned that there was some sort of installation here. Specific quote was "impenetrable fortress."
Can I do an insight check to kind of look over the area to see if there's any strategic ways to get inside?
Insight, security, diff 2.
Strategy and tactics for focus?
Yep.
Div 2, you say, huh?
Yep.
I will spend a momentum and pray I get 2 successes.
You got more than that. Gain 2 momentum.
Looks like there's some drainage tunnels. We can beam in pretty close, it seems like. Should be a way to get on undetected for the most part. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone remembers, there's a failsafe on this bomb, right? That it will go that needs to have Vorkula life signatures in the presence of it nearby.
Yeah, I remember that. We gotta somehow fool the sensors.
Petty Officer Mendrak, do you think you can work with the doctors here to come up with advice that will fool the sensors of that bomb before we depart? I highly doubt we'll be coming up with equipment on the fly here.
I can certainly try, so.
I'll give you a roll. And since I have all this lovely threat. So I wouldn't just normally count this as a general advantage roll, but I'm gonna use 2 threat to increase the difficulty to 3. Then I'm gonna spend 2 more threat to increase the complication range to 2. Mendrak, for you, this would probably be probably a control, insight, or reason with your engineering. And then the doctor can assist with the same stats, but with his medicine.
Okay. And that's my, you said complication range of 2. What did you put on here? Yeah, okay.
Yep. Div 3, comp 2.
I don't think I have any suitable focuses. So my 2 extra dice.
What was it you said, Mendrak?
Pardon?
What was it you said about dice?
I wanted to buy 2 extra dice.
Okay.
You
Looks like
roll.
you got a. Did you have momentum or is it through
We
threat?
had three
Yeah,
momentum.
yeah, press to hit. Yeah,
Practice too quick.
yep.
Oh, damn. Forgot how Mendrak is so good at these rolls. Doctor, you can assist with control, reason, or insight with your medicine score.
Okay.
Oh, Mendrak might have a focus now that I think about it.
Someone might have to roll for me. Roll 20, had to restart. But I'll do reason medicine.
Yeah, I didn't know if I had a suitable focus.
You know, reverse engineering probably applies to this Mendrak.
All right.
So you actually have 6 successes there.
Oh, awesome.
You'll have to roll for him, Ed. You have to
Oh, yeah,
roll.
because. What's your best stats? Reason or control doesn't really matter. We'll go control. I don't think you have a xenobiology. I think I'll take. All right, you got 7 overall, so you gain 4. And yeah, Mendrak, you and the doctor take a few minutes to rig up a device that puts out Vorkala life signs. More likely rig a tricorder to put them out, but
Mm-hmm. That should be sufficient, sir. Now look like, well, at least life science. Yeah.
Thank you, Chief. Yeah. Good work. Or Beckett, what sort of supplies do we have?
whatever you need, Captain. I've spent years, or Commander, I've spent years accumulating equipment. So basically, whatever you need, you can spend momentum on here. Whatever extra stuff you want to bring with. Momentum threat. But you all get your you get the standard stuff. You get your tricorders, you get your comm badges, you get your old school style TOS era pistols. Mendrak gets his engineering kit. The doctor gets his med kit. Anything else you'd probably have to buy for. Except for weaponry. I don't think she'd have any more weaponry.
What about special ops uniforms like you see on DS9?
Do you have body armor? I'm not sure if personal force fields would be too much or not.
I could probably say body armor might be here. Probably not force fields though.
Well, 2 resistance better than no resistance.
Definitely not grenades. Black jumpsuits you could replicate, so I won't even make you pay for those. But yeah, she would not have grenades. Would not have anything higher than the type 2 she gave. Yeah, I could see her fitting together some leather armor somewhere. Maybe a few old Klingon style stuff.
I kind of want to hold on to the momentum, but it is 9 threat for body armor for everybody.
That's a lot of threat.
That is a lot of threat.
That would put me at 24 threat, by the by.
That's not unusual for a crossover, though.
I mean, I would agree with Casey.
Leroy Jenkins.
I will leave it open for those who wish to want to take body armor. Or not.
Arif will pass the chance for the armor.
Yeah, I think Garibaldi is fine with the dark uniform.
Well, it doesn't offer you anything, so.
Well,
It looks cool.
It looks cool, but yeah.
it's covert. They can hide in the shadows.
Sorry, so we're able to get like the full normal body armor, or was it like crappy body armor? Maybe that was just.
The book standard body armor.
Yeah, it's just resistance 2. But it's 1 escalation, 1 opportunity cost. We only pay the escalation once. And then we have to pay the opportunity cost for each one, which you can pay for with threat. Or we give him 5 threat and we spend all 4 momentum, but I kind of want to keep the momentum going into this. He's already got a ton of threat, guys. So
Casey doesn't need body armor necessarily. He has a ton of stress, but.
Yeah, DeGrasse is okay. I'm good.
I mean, if I'm going, I'd probably want body armor because Ventress paranoid, having been wounded many a couple times. But I mean, I can do without too.
Cadet Vogel, could you stay behind and monitor the area for any unusual activity, and also to assist Cadet Beckett here, along with Dr. Mountain to take care of our prisoners, if you don't mind.
Not at all, Commander.
We'll group up into 2 teams. Lieutenant Reef, since you're the other ranking officer, you'll lead 1 team, and I will take the other.
Dibs on Garibaldi.
That's right. You always need a counselor and a good covert infiltration.
What I've seen, I've liked so far.
I will endeavor to keep your morale and your spirits high, sir.
Excellent.
Besides Pearson, who else has a strong medical?
Garibaldi.
Garibaldi's got a 3.
Terrible. Okay.
He has a 3 in medical still.
Oh, does Casey have medical? 2.
is emergency medicine and a 3 in medicine.
Sorry, I'm just moving. Okay, so Casey will probably go with my team. Just like this is not endgame, so to kind of divide things up a little evenly.
I'll make this easy for you guys, because we are hitting a little bit of a time constraint. Even if you split into 2 teams, I'm basically going to keep you guys together. Just for ease of what's going on and such.
It's just in case we get separated somehow or some way.
Yeah. I'll just throw them in here to the side. Casey there. Looks like we got DeGrasse, Nadon, Dr. Pearson, Mendrock to divvy up.
Feel like we're picking teams for kickball.
You got picked first.
The odds already stacked in my favor.
First time for everything.
I mean, like I said, everyone's going to be going together, so it doesn't really matter.
All right, we'll just go ahead and just beam.
Okay. I'll waive any beaming cost or whatever. We'll go ahead and enter the next scene.
Do you want to waive the momentum cost for that while you're at it? I'd throw that out there. Give you an opportunity.
All right. Since I couldn't get this picture in a high res, I posted it in Fleet Action. That is what the exterior of the place looks like. Something similar to that. Just more rune-like, dark and foreboding. Very ominous looking. Everything's boarded up. There's not really a way in. They've prepared the place to be impenetrable. So you beam. So a lot of this is going to be narrative until we get to the points where I have maps. But I think the narrative would be quicker than doing the map stuff. So you guys are transported. Your 2 groups are transported, and you're transported to a location near enough to the spot Prax found. The open canal. And the first thing you notice is this gulag, which I'll call it because that's the aesthetic I'm going for. Like one of those Eastern European Soviet Union style gulags. That's kind of like where they're at. Just this fortress of just foreboding and doom. But it's remained remarkably well intact throughout the centuries. And as you start to get your bearings on where you're at and you start pulling out your tricorders to get a scan, the first thing you notice is that there are 8 of those drones patrolling the perimeter. Right now, you're in a good spot to where you're not spotted, but if you stick here for long, you will be.
How close we are to the tunnels?
Maybe 20 meters, 25 meters or so.
Are the drones in the way of getting to the tunnels?
They could. Yes and no. Like, you do think that you might be able to sneak by them. But getting the whole group through could be difficult. But you think it's possible. If you're quick.
We could try to hack them again. I mean, Cadet Vogel was able to do it with the ones we ran into in Okinawa.
I don't think we have time for that. Let's move in groups of 2. Let's have someone spawn them out. Yeah.
All right.
Who's-
So I'll. Oh, go ahead, Captain.
What's the role going to be for someone to like assist Spot to get the two people at a time to where the tunnel's at to get in?
All right. Here's what I'm thinking the role would be. It'll probably be, it'll be like a fitness or daring security, I would say, to sneak, and someone. So you said groups of 2, so one person would have the main role, the other person would assist. And then the other person would probably have an insight, security, or con to be lookout.
I'm rolling a 15 for lookout. Does anyone have something higher than that?
What was the roll? Sorry.
Insight security.
Or con?
Pull it.
No, not higher than 15.
Oops. I should probably go theater to mind for this, huh?
Yeah, mine's not higher than 15 is either.
I guess I'm on lookout.
I do have observation focus.
Well, what's your role?
14.
You have focus, so your chance of you generating, there's 2 decresses. It'd actually probably be better for, I guess, you to be lookout. Can I assist with the lookout? Since we both kind of have the higher stats for this and probably the better odds of getting through without the aid of a lookout.
So you're asking for 2 lookouts?
Yeah, both. Casey and I will be we'll look out. One does the main role, the other one assist, while then we tell, the first group to go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, essentially we're like creating an advantage for them so that way they have an easier time to not get caught.
Yeah, I'll just have you roll the assist though. I think for some people the roll might be hard enough, so we'll just stick with the assist. But yeah, that's fine.
So I
And
imagine.
then the only downside to doing that would be you 2 wouldn't have the lookout.
Right.
Well, wouldn't someone on the other side be able to look out for them?
No, because you're basically going to be entering or near the lower part, so you wouldn't have a good view.
Fair enough.
Because you're basically going to like a tunnel that's going under this. So you wouldn't have a good vantage point from there.
I assume you'll take observation for a focus.
Yes.
This is probably its most direct application. Sorry, was it Div 2?
The roll. So the roll for the 2 people going across is going to be fitness or daring with security or con, difficulty 3. Whatever's higher. And then it would be insight, security, or con for whoever's observing.
Same difficulty?
You would be assisting.
So I'm just assisting the people going across.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You and Prax would be assisting them going across.
We're both allowed to roll the assist for each
Yes.
player.
Yeah.
Roger that. Cool.
And then for the groups of 2, I'm only going to have one main roll and then that other person assist. So it'd be 1 roll, 3 assists, basically.
So
Sense.
whoever has the highest stat for that needs to roll.
Someone who's good go with someone who sucks.
Basically, yeah.
So who's good and who sucks?
Nadan should be with somebody who's good at it.
DeGrass's insight security is 13.
What's your
Fitness or daring plus
Fitness
security
or
or con.
daring. Okay, sorry, I didn't hear that. Yeah, DeGrasse should also be with somebody who's good.
So should the doctor.
And they all suck.
you
I
can use
think-
con.
Yeah, you can use con. I don't know if anybody took con though. I
very
think
moderate.
Garibaldi would probably be good in this, but
Yeah, I mean, Garibaldi's fine. I could have assumed he would probably be taking his future XO with him.
I mean, is it like is it a straight run? And
yes, yeah.
couldn't, like, since we're the spotters, like, really just give them the go, and we're the kind of ones telling them when to run? Like, when couldn't, like, we do the main role instead of them, and, like, they just...
I'll let you at increased complication. So everyone would have a comp range of 2. I'll allow that for a comp range of 2.
I think that's the better odds for them, so...
I mean, they'd have 4 rolls anyway, so diff 3 on 4 rolls is still should be good odds, but either way works.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Mendrock with a daring security of
Actually,
11.
no, they'd have 5 rolls. 5 dice would be rolled if no momentum was spent.
Yep.
But the
To-
main roller has to get a success, though. That's the key. Has to get a success.
Determination for everyone.
Some people already spent it.
That's true. Alright, well, I'm good with the other one then. You make the main roll? At a increased comp?
Yeah, just let me know who's rolling dice.
To clarify, we would roll at an increased complication our insight security 3 for the main roll.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's just 1 roll.
1 main roll and then all the assists.
Well, you want Garibaldi to take a reef across himself? Since we wouldn't have the increased comp for us.
It's probably a good place to start because then you could try to gain some momentum for the rest of the group.
I'm pretty sure, like, if it's just 1 roll, I'm pretty sure I can destroy it. Just diff 3, insight security. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. You guys go ahead. Sorry, I was, like, totally lost.
So you said diff 3.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do daring security. I'm gonna give you a threat for bold. We take infiltration for a focus.
I will.
All right, so here's my starting roll. And since I'm fishing, I'm gonna go ahead and reroll the 1.
Ooh, nice. All right, there's Prax. I need Casey's, and then I need our reefs, either daring or fitness, security, or con.
Fair enough.
Looks like you guys crushed this.
5, 6, 7.
Yep. Just need a Reese roll, and then I could give you a total. I'll take the first. I'll take the first one there. The the crit one.
So 6. We have 3 float.
All right. Can I spend 2 float to create the advantage that Garibaldi kind of trailblazes the right path to lower the difficulty?
Yeah, I'll take that advantage. Everyone saw you do it and says, "Okay, that's the path you have to take to get there." Yeah, I'll allow that. So you got. So I'll give you an advantage. I'll let you decide what the advantage is. Well, you said lower difficulty, so yeah, we'll go with that. So it'll be a diff 2, and then complication would depend on the main roller.
I think at this point the spotters are going to tell them when to go.
Okay, so it'd be diff 2, comp 2, and then these groups are probably fine here. DeGrasse, Doctor, Mendrock, Nadon.
I will 1 threat, 2 momentum for 4 dice.
Ooh, we needed it. Into a bloody 5. Ooh, thanks, Brex. All right, then I just need whichever group. Looks like Nadon and Mendrock's group is rolling. So Mendrock, I need your fitness or daring with security.
Okay. So fitness and security. And is the complication range 2?
Yeah, 2.
Okay. Oh boy. And I'm just rolling 1 die, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Squashing.
5, 6, 7. All right. So so I got 7 successes. That'll be 5 momentum total gained. 2 to squash. So I have you gaining 3.
Yeah, we have 1 float.
Okay.
So yeah, they're crossed.
Yep. Next up.
Next group.
Yep.
I'll do the same thing. 1 threat, 2 momentum.
Come on, roll into complication. Damn. Did the exact same thing.
Yeah, same as last time.
Hacking.
Apparently. Then I just need a. Oh, I got to roll for the doctor. Doctor, what is better?
My sheet's back up. I can roll.
Oh, okay. Looks like yours would be fitness security anyway.
Yeah.
And then DeGrasse, I need you to roll yours fitness or daring with security or con. What the? What is up with all these ones?
5 float.
All the momentum.
Am I assisting or doing a base roll?
Assist.
Okay.
5 float.
All right. Then it is. Yeah. So you got 5 float. The next group makes it through.
Yeah, we could just spend the 4 or the 5 float or for 2 advantages to make this a div 0 for us, Casey. That we got this timed at this point.
Yeah, I'll just take all that momentum and just have you run. So I won't even make your roll. There was a huge gap in the patrol that you're able to fit that group and then basically your group through at the same time. You know, you kind of said, okay, go, and then you all kind of went.
I feel like we've done this before.
That was way too easy.
All right, you are able to get past the security drones and make your way into the drainage system that runs under the gulag. The intense smells and itching feeling gives away the age and uncleanliness of this place. The light is scarce as you make your way deeper inside, and eventually all you have are the beams of your flashlights.
Oh, what a wonderful smell we've discovered.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
Finding a way up into the compound.
Okay. So to navigate through the drainage tunnels, I'm just gonna have a single roll here. It'll be insight or reason with con or science. Diff 2.
I'm rolling a 15.
Yeah, I got threat, and you got all that momentum. Make it a diff 3.
Does anyone else want to roll for it?
Sorry, what was the roll? I zoned out.
Got to post it in the roll 20.
Suck. Me.
DeGrasse is rolling a 14.
Now, feel free to just order somebody to do it, too. You got enough people here with stats.
I have a 15 with reasonable science.
Reason science for me is 17.
Looks like you volunteered. Cadet Nadan, find us a way out of here.
All right. We have 6 momentum, right?
Yes.
Okay. I will spend enough momentum for 2 extra dice. And I guess I'll roll.
Okay, gain 1 of it back.
Cool.
All right. Nadan, you follow your tricorder readings in the direction of a potential opening into the complex itself. As you make your way deeper into the drainage, you start hearing the sound of water rushing. The water current at your feet also begins to move faster as you get closer to the sound of the rushing water. Eventually, you come to the source of the sound, a sudden 20-meter drop of the drainage into an underwater natural creek. Your destination lies across a 3-meter gap to the other side of the drop. Or on the other side of the drop.
Ha. I don't think we can jump that.
I probably should say it's 2 meters, but 2.5. We'll go 2.5 meters. The point is, you do think you can jump it. Somebody with
okay.
really good fitness and acrobatics can jump this. 3 might be a little much, but 2.5 is doable.
Is there another way?
Is there anything I can make a walkway or a bridge?
I'll send you something, Mendrock.
Well, first we'll need a rudimentary lathe.
There you go, Mendrock.
Sir, it looks like there is a steel grate on the other side that can be used to cross the gap. So someone can get over there. I and Casey. We can maybe make a bridge for the rest of us that aren't quite so athletic.
Oh, and there's another question asked too. Sorry, I forgot.
Sorry, so there's like bridge materials on the other side.
Yes.
Cool. I don't think I have a focus, but anyone else have good fitness security?
That's 12 for me.
Take the roll. What's the difficulty? Did I get across?
Diff 4.
Yes. Do
It is succeed at cost. I will say that.
all right. I'll do. I'll spend all our momentum plus. No, that would only be 3 momentum plus a threat for 5 dice. 4.
So it'd be 3 to get 2 dice. So it'd be 6 to get to roll an extra 3.
Can't do math.
So how much threat did I get?
1. 2.
All right. You gain 1 back. Casey, you kind of said, okay, stand back, everybody, signal for them to get out of the way. And you get a good running jump, and you're able to scale over the gap, just barely making it on the other side. You kind of do the, the whole catching your balance. And then you, at the last second, you kind of not fall, but you put all your weight forward to stabilize your balance. And you are safely across to the other side.
So I guess I'll start putting together the bridge materials, or trying to pass them over so that they can set up the rope.
All right. So this will be so in order to move the grate, it's going to be a fitness, security, or control engineering, difficulty 3. Again, succeed at cost.
Okay. I'm going to roll 4 dice for to a momentum and 5 threat. Or threat.
Yep, 2 threat.
Right. And would survival as a focus apply? Because he's kind of putting together a survivalist, lashing.
Yeah, that's fine. Gain 2. And yeah, Casey, with a loud thundering crash, you're able to throw the gate over the gap and securely, and secure it so that it can support everyone's weight as they come across. All right, so does everyone cross?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll read the next narrative part. With all the players safely across, you continue You continue on toward the opening detected on the tricorder. As you make your way, the path before you splits. It kind of diverges off into like a dry walkway, but the dry walkway is the path you need to take to the opening. And as you start to walk down the path, you probably walk for a good few minutes, maybe go 100 meters or so. And as you start to walk across a certain section, with every step you take, you begin to hear rocks moving and shifting below your feet with every step that you take. You eventually start to hear a few rocks start to break off and fall into what you think might be a gap directly below you.
Let's spread out a little bit further as we're traveling down. Areas a little, but enough to be in arm's length in case someone falls through.
Okay, so you just continue on?
Yeah, just enough to where like we spread the weight out a little bit to where it's not all, but close enough to where we can grab someone in case the rock area kind of falls through.
Okay, so you just spread out. Okay. So I'll let you guys role play at that point. So you're all spread out, to the point where it's not going to shift on you at the moment. I'll let you guys role play there.
I'd like to scan for a more structured area where scan the surrounding rocks and find a more stable path.
Okay. This is actually going to be a extended task. Let me go ahead and post that up there.
I'm usually pretty good at most of them.
Yeah, this is probably going to be Insight or Reason, actually, since you are scanning for it. So it'll be Insight with either Engineering or Security. Difficulty 3, Work 13, Magnitude 4, Resistance 1. But there are a few caveats to this one that I do have to explain. Since this is a larger portion of the path, if anyone tries to do more than one task, the difficulty will increase for each time you attempt the task. So for this one, it might be a good idea to have multiple people work on this one.
Okay.
So for this role, so it could be you're scanning to try to find a secure footing. It could be you're grabbing rocks to try to secure the place. So whatever you think you would be doing to try to stabilize this passage or find a good way through it, just let me know that that's what you would be doing, and I'll give you the role.
Yeah.
But the caveat is not one person can do it all, but every time they make a task, the difficulty increases.
Oh, I see.
So Mendrak, you could do all three of them, but your difficulty would increase every task, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You make. So if you, Nadon, and somebody else does it, you wouldn't get the difficulty increase.
I see. Okay. Well, I'd like to see about either scanning for a more solid path or just using low-grade phaser and phasing the rock, melting the rocks together and making them more stable.
Yep. Yeah, just let me know which one you want to do, and I'll set up the roll for that.
Let's try doing the scanning first.
Okay. So that'd be insider reason with engineering.
Okay.
Or science. I'll take science too.
Engineering's much better for me.
Yeah, especially since you got all those superpowers with your engineeringness.
Yeah. So the base is difficulty 3.
Yep. Diff 3, work 13, magnitude 4, resistance 1.
Reverse engineering is a focus?
No.
Okay. Yeah, don't really have anything. Think. Alright, my die, momentum, and the complication range is 1, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Nailed it. Roll 7 challenge dice, please. And you're definitely going to have to remind me what shenanigans you have.
I have Miracle Worker in the nick of time.
So you have basically all the good ones then.
Yep.
One additional work for every effect. Dear God. And Miracle Worker.
Yep.
All right. So that makes it 10 work you're doing right now. So with the resistance, it'll actually be 9 work.
Okay.
So you let the results stand?
If we spent a momentum for an additional work, when they give us 2 breakthroughs?
No.
He already has
It's
the 2
5
breakthroughs.
Well,
Yeah, I've already got 2.
But it's 5 or more, so it doesn't matter how much work you could do. You do 100 work, you only get the 1 breakthrough.
But he is Miracle Worker.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so he gets the 2 breakthroughs anyway. But
Yep.
But you can spend the momentum to reroll 2 dice and pray you both get effects, which would complete the work track.
Yeah, try that. Let's go ahead and do it.
roll on the
Gamble.
dice. If he gets it,
Oh,
oh,
my
I
come
got
on,
1. Oh,
come on.
It's not done yet, Ed. It's not done yet. We still need 1 breakthrough.
yeah. Well, I mean, it should
Yeah,
be
but
doable.
anything will get it there. Let me double check what Miracle Worker does, because I know he gets 3 because he
I
failed the
have
work
it.
track.
Yeah, I haven't. On mine.
It's an extra breakthrough when he does an engineering task.
Yep.
Just 1. Okay.
Yeah, just 1.
Okay, cool. So it's 3. So you completed the work track, but you did 3 of the whatever.
What's the difficulty if I just what's the roll if I would say there's a safe path up here, like the spot 1? So like insight.
That I would probably give you presence, because you're like, hey, there's a safe part here. It'd probably be like a presence and con is what I would be thinking.
Would you take like a survival focus?
Yeah, I would.
What's the difficulty?
0. It was a diff 3 and he took 3 magnitude off.
I'll give you a threat just to see if I can get some momentum, just for the dice gods.
Well, you gained 3 so far. And yeah.
It's 4. I'll spend The one
It,
momentum.
it doesn't matter. It's
Oh,
0
yeah.
worth. So
That's
you,
yeah.
so you keep your blasted momentum. So Mendrock, you scan this section, and you find that it's actually more sturdy than it felt when you first initially stepped on it. Um, so you send the data from your scan to everyone's tricorders, and Captain Prax, you find a safe path through all the breaks in the rock, and you're able to navigate past it without any incidents. God damn it.
Excellent.
So I'm going to post in Discord what happens if you failed this. And you could all thank your lucky Mendrock. But then I have more narratives to read. All right, so with everyone past this patch, you continue your way to the opening. After a few minutes, you eventually get to the opening. However, the opening is in the ceiling, and there's a grate covering it. And you can see the remains of an old wooden escape ladder littering the ground below the grate.
Time for go gadget engineer to fix that ladder.
Go gadget human ladder, or like.
Engineering toolkit. Is it?
The wooden ladder is disintegrated basically.
Oh,
Like,
it's wooden.
it's
okay.
it's in pieces. Yeah, it's in pieces and.
Look at Casey.
Are there any rocks, like, or heavy, like tall enough stuff to have like a booster?
Nope.
Okay.
This part's pretty barren. You know, it's more put together since it's closer to it's closer to the fortress, so it's more sturdy here.
Is weight a factor?
No. I mean, there's a roll, but well, I should say there's 2 rolls.
What is that? Does it look like it's open, or do we need to cut through it?
From down here, you think you could probably just, if you could get to it, you could push it open.
What are the 2 rolls?
Well, I mean, I guess there's other ways to deal with that too. I mean, you could take practice ideas and just phaser the thing.
Is it possible to scan through the hatch, I guess, for one of a better phrase, to see if there's life signs on the other side? Just thinking, before we open that up, we probably want to make sure we're not walking into like a room full of armed guards.
That's a good point, and your scan determines that there are no life signs, near the grate.
Okay. I will say that it is free of life signs on the other side.
I mean, I should also say that you detect life signs, just not near this area.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, there's nothing on the other side of the door. There are life signs further on, but not right there.
So let me know how you want to get up there.
How tall is it?
Probably 2.5, 3 meters high. Yeah, so just out of reach of one person, but lift somebody up, they could get there.
So, you want to boost someone?
Instant boost the cadet. Then she points to Garibaldi. She wants to say Quinix, but if you don't mind, we need someone up there to help, secure the area.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
What's the role for boosting?
All right, so the roll to boost is going to be a fitness security difficulty 2, complication 2. And you know what? Since I got all this threat you guys keep giving me, Casey, I'm going to make it a difficulty 3, comp 3. As you guys have been walking for a while, you might be a little fatigued.
Will you take team dynamics for focus?
I will.
Awesome. So this is just me making the roll. This Garibaldi.
To boost him up, yes. Garibaldi's going to have another roll to push the grate.
I see. I will do 2 momentum and a threat for 4 dice.
Retro. Well, he has a reroll that is going to roll into a crit success, I'm sure.
You called it.
Because it's been the last 3 times. You got almost the same result.
Yeah.
You gain a momentum from that. So yeah, Garibaldi, he just kind of grabs you and hoists you up to the point where you're able to reach the grate to try to push it open. Your roll, since again I have all this lovely threat, is going to be a what was that roll? Control with either your security. Well, I'll go control or daring with either security or engineering. Diff 2 or sorry, Diff 3, comp 3 with threat spends.
Well, I'm going to stretch for infiltration on a focus, but I'm betting you're going to say no.
I will say no.
I bet you'd say no to survival, too.
Yes. That is a no.
Well, let me give you a threat and those 2 momentum then.
Guys are getting lucky with these rerolls, I swear.
Oh, yeah, I got a reroll.
Ah! Victory.
And without any momentum spent, I guess the roll stands.
So you succeed, but there's a complication. You
feel
said it
really
stands, right?
Yeah, I feel another back injury coming.
All right, so Casey hoists you up, and Garibaldi, you start trying to push the grate. But it's a little it's stuck, so you kind of have to beat on it in a couple places. And you you beat it, you push it, and finally it gives to open. But when it gives to open, Casey starts to lose his balance a bit. Casey, I need you to give me a fitness security difficulty 3, succeed at cost. To not drop him on his head, basically.
Take 3 threat. Same team dynamics for focus.
Yep. right. You gain a momentum out of it, and yeah, as you feel Garibaldi start to lose his balance a little bit, you kind of gently bring him down and set him on the ground, before he topples over and hits his head on the wall or something. But I should mention that the grate is open. No.
Thanks for the catch, sir.
No problem, my friend.
Just for that, I'll let you buy me dinner sometime.
So yeah, I guess we all climb up somehow.
Yeah, I won't make you roll for sake of time. But basically, it's going to be the same thing. You boost Garibaldi up there, and he kind of lowers his hand down, and he just starts pulling people up as Casey assists. So you're able to get everybody up there pretty quick.
Because we're awesome.
Yeah, basically. All right, so we're going to enter a new scene here. So you're basically you're in the complex now, and you're starting to navigate. Dandan has her sensors out, and she's navigating you towards. Oh wait, hold on. Before I do that, so all the players are now lifted onto the walkway above, the under part. In the distance, you're able to hear two voices talking to each other.
Listen very carefully.
It's kind of hard to make out. This place is very, it has a lot of echo to it. Echo reverb, so it's very hard to understand what they're talking about. But it's mostly like it almost feels like it's joking. You can kind of hear some laughter and stuff like that. Female voices, you think? And I'm actually going to make you roll for a scan. So before I give you what that is, there's a roll for the scanning stuff. So yeah, so you guys can role play. You can let me know what you're doing.
I'm trying to hear what the voices say.
Yeah, Captain already did that. It's hard to make out. It's too echoey. It just seems to be idle chit chat and laughter. Just the echoes of this place make it very hard. Like how you get that distance echo. It's like I know it's a voice, but I don't know what it's saying because there's just too much echo.
Can we tell direction and kind of distance, either from the sound or the scanner?
Probably from the scan. It's deeper into the complex, like kind of toward the center. If the complex is circle, it's kind of like toward the center a little bit.
Well, if we can hear them, they can probably hear us, so I imagine we'll want to limit chatter and the hand signals. Thing we have our tactical turtlenecks for extra stealth.
You mean our Technic?
Tactinix.
All right, what are we doing?
Remember, there are unique compounds in the bomb that we can scan for.
Part of the scan. Like I said, you can scan. Just who wants to scan?
Quick, sciencey person.
Hand signals points to Nadine to scan.
Sure.
This will be reason science difficulty 2.
Yes, I hear you. Your meow carries.
There we go.
Your cat's deceiving you, Garibaldi.
Oh.
He's trying to warn the enemy.
Yeah, she would.
What is going on? Disregard that message. It did not copyright. There we go. That looks better. Hey, when I go to copy something and Microsoft Word changes the format on me and makes me copy things I don't want it to.
So I think the bomb was just activated. There's a large power buildup. That way.
No time like the present to not be stealthy. Let's go.
2 humanoid life signs and 4 drones on this floor in that direction, and I'll point. Are the life signs between us and the bomb?
Yes.
Of course. All right.
I suppose one of us could get the drones to chase them down the hallway.
I would imagine Kesey and Garibaldi are in front.
However you guys want to be. Time for marching orders, basically.
Yeah, he would be. I mean, he's literally still a security officer, like, so he'd definitely be pointing.
Yeah, you guys can move your tokens however, wherever you want to be.
Hey, Garibaldi keeps reminding Arif that he's just a counselor, but
Nobody's just anything, Chief.
Garibaldi will point, do the finger that way kind of tactical, silent, pointy thing towards the 2 drones so you can see.
All right. At this point, I'm going to point out a couple things. The 2 life signs are obviously in here. If If you can't see them, let me know. The big boomy thing is in this direction. You know, the big energy buildup Nadon found is in there. And the two voices are still chit-chatting away. You know, they're not being silent, they're not being loud. Or they're not being silent, they're, you know, girl talking basically.
I don't think we're sneaking by here.
Sorry. But
I would like to. We're not in combat yet, are we?
Nope, because you said you were being sneaky about it, so you guys will make the first move.
I'm going to. I like to create an advantage to kickfire my plan of action talents. To go with the standard breach protocol for Starfleet officers, assuming Garibaldi remembers it.
Or was taught it.
Or was taught it in the hand signal form. Essentially to give you guys an advantage plus 2 bonus momentum if you succeed.
Yep. Go ahead and roll your presence. Presence command if to.
Well, in that case, strategy and tactics for focus.
Yep.
Take 1 threat.
Oh, I have so much threat.
It's okay, but we got 2 momentum.
That
like
is true.
That attitude.
All right. Yep. Whatever advantage you want to give them, you got it.
It's essentially when we're fighting against the Schustin breach protocols, you know, SWAT tactics, like.
Well, I guess that's better than my Looney Tune plan of trying to get all the drones to chase me down the hallway.
Last
Hey.
resort?
Yes, that's the last resort. This is you get an advantage, which you can lower the difficulty by 1, and if you succeed, you get 2 bonus momentum to use on the roll for Schustin.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
You want to try and secure the bomb before we even alert anyone?
I don't think we're gonna get by the drones without and get to the bomb without alerting the drones. Plus, it's active. We're literally on the clock.
Alright, so should I start blasting?
One of you should go.
The cadet is following the obvious security officer's lead.
So I only see 1 drone. I'm not sure if anyone else sees.
Garibaldi did the hand signy thing, indicated he sees 2 on the right.
Okay, so that's outside of my field of view.
Oh, there's dynamic lighting. Aha, that's why. That's why you can only see 2.
Are you pointing at drones on the right or the left, Casey?
I see this one.
Okay.
It's the only one I see. Okay.
Well, I feel better that you're not seeing 2 on the other side.
Sensors indicate that there are 4 drones, but I guess you can only make out 2.
I'll pop out then and shoot this drone first.
All right, that's definitely going to be close.
Actually, can I melee it?
Yeah.
No, I have. You know what? I'm gonna blow it up against the wall because that sounds cool.
All right. Daring security opposed.
You have an advantage.
Yeah, sorry. That was for was it for bonus momentum or?
You get you get an advantage to lower the difficulty, or some other advantage, or use it for some other reason. Oh, and when you succeed, you get 2 bonus momentum.
Right. Let's oppose. So, is it possible to lower the difficulty of an opposed?
No, there's still a difficulty associated with this.
Spend our momentum and a threat, and I will assume that hand combat will apply as a focus.
I'll spend the threat back at you.
Right.
Hand to hand, yes.
Let's give her.
So yeah, basically I'll just count this as 2 successes that they got because of the difficulty. So you gain 3 momentum and roll your damage.
Right. Spend 1 to reroll 4.
Oh, I guess this also has an increased difficulty to hit, so you only get 2. I forgot about that.
So did I still succeed?
Yeah, you still
see, but I got
succeed. You
less
just
momentum.
you just got
Yeah.
1 less momentum.
Alright, I'm gonna spend 1 to reroll 4, and then
You do have the bonus though, so that would be free.
okay, yeah.
And then you have 1 more bonus momentum here, but
Piercing?
it honestly doesn't matter.
Auspicious, yeah.
You overwhelmed it. So basically, you come around the corner. You just grab the drone with your left hand and just smash it against this wall, basically just crumpling it into a million pieces.
You could spend the last float plus a momentum to do a swift task and shoot.
I've got. Oh, let's say I've got quick
Yeah.
act.
Right, but
Have the,
action economy. So
Yeah, he gets swift task, and then you still get that.
yeah, and you still get quick action.
so it's a diff 3 then for this one?
Um,
It's medium plus swift task?
I think that's going to be close, so it's probably going to be a diff 4. Well, so that might actually be a diff 5. Because +1 to difficulty, unless you have anything to bring that down.
Well,
+1 to hit.
Still has the advantage.
All right, so yeah, it'd be a diff 4.
Don't you have fire at will?
Yeah, but it's actually, the way it's worded is after I make a ranged attack.
Oh, yeah.
So I accepted the extra difficulty on this task knowingly because I just wanted to smash it against the wall. Sorry, guys.
So yeah, so it would be a diff 4.
I think I can make that. I will do. Let's use a medal here. Let's get some momentum back. Starcross, I'll double the focus range.
That's a
I
thing.
will do the 1 momentum and 2 threat for 4 dice.
Then you're going to make the GM count. It'd be 6. So you gain 2 off of that. You could roll your damage.
Yeah, so none of them actually improved it, did it? It did
Nope.
nothing.
It did
Yep.
not. And yep, you after you smash that one, you pull out you have your phaser already in your right hand. So you use your left hand to smash this drone. You pull up your right hand with your phaser, shooting this one square and true, disintegrating that as well. And after that, you do hear the voices stop coming from this room here.
Quick to action. Garibaldi, you're up.
Yep.
All right, so there's I assume there are no bad guys here. How far can I get? I'm thinking of like moving to here and doing the ready action. Basically, that one of the voices comes through that door I'm gonna shoot him with my phaser.
Yeah, that's fine. Passes to them.
I would have to.
Yay. Okay. I think you might be able to see that now.
I can see a drone.
All right. Anyway, you will get your opportunity, Garibaldi. She steps out. You get your action. Will fire.
Let's see, that's with a phaser.
Will be diff 3 because it is close.
All right, so that's daring security with a phaser, right? Not there.
Control security.
He does have the plan of action advantage.
So it'd be diff 2.
Okay. In for a penny, in for a pound. I'll give you a bold. A threat for bold. I'll give you a bold for threat.
I do like bold for threat.
Let's see if I can shoot her. Why did I do that? Go ahead and re-roll the 1.
Gain a momentum. Please roll damage.
Oof.
So that's 6 coming at her. It will be enough for an injury. But I'm going to spend her determination to avoid here.
You have to spend 3 threat, by the way.
I did. Anything else you want? Well, that would be the end of your turn. So now she gets to finish her turn. Trying to figure out what's going on, she suddenly sees enemies in her face, and she'll shoot at one of you. Now, which one I'll leave to dice. She'll shoot at Casey. I'll spend 3 threat for 2 dice. No focus. That will hit. One more to re-roll 3. 2, 4, 6, 8 coming at you, Casey.
I'll avoid the injury with the Care Guide Order of Heroism.
That gives you a free dodge, right?
Yeah, free. The injury is just nullified once per session.
You still take this threat, right? Or you still take the stress,
Yeah, I'm
correct?
still taking 8 stress then. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Do I keep? I will keep.
Don't feel obligated.
I mean, you gave me all this threat. This drone will come out. And again, I'm going to leave it up to the dice. This one is actually going to move up to you and try to zap you with its zapper, Garibaldi. So it'll be daring security opposed. I'll throw a threat at you.
I will spin it back at you so that I have the bolt.
All right.
Yeah, let me get my reroll.
All right, we are actually tied. So what happens here is one of us can choose to succeed at cost.
I will choose to succeed at cost.
Okay. You could roll your damage in.
Great damage. Ooh.
Very nice. Okay. This one comes to give you a nice little zappy. But as you move to defend yourself from its arm, it knocks your phaser to the ground. And since it's an old one, it breaks your phaser. But you're able to kind of give this a swat, and it hits the wall and becomes broken.
Garibaldi looks at the pieces of his face and says, "They'll make them like they used to."
Look at that, made in China.
I guess the Star Trek version that would be made in Fragnigar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made on Frankenart.
Genuine replica from the era of the 23rd century, made in Frignar.
We'll pass to you guys.
Believe there's 5 of us. So, Arif, DeGrasse, do you guys wish to go first? Or
Technically,
not first. Not first.
technically 6, the doctor.
I'm probably just on my turn gonna do as typical and order Garibaldi to attack. So if someone else would like to go.
Yeah, DeGrasse can go. Yeah, so can he move into medium range from here?
Yeah, here. Yeah,
Cool.
probably put you in that square.
Awesome. Yeah, and he'll take a shot. So let me see what he has for talents. Yep, Prax, I was seeing if I had to aim.
Will be an extra. It will be a momentum to aim because you did move.
Yep. Yeah, so momentum to aim. And
Be technically a diff 1 because of Praxis advantage.
gotcha. All right, cool. Big threats.
Gain a momentum if you let it stand as is, and you may roll damage.
Yeah, don't think I can. Well, actually, with aim, you can reroll, right? So.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
gain another
that's
one.
right. Alrighty. And I'll spend a momentum to.
Not needed.
Oh, nice.
So this individual here gets overwhelmed with phaser fire from I believe it was both Garibaldi and your phaser, and she falls to the ground, instantly dying as the phaser blasts were just too much for her body to handle.
Oh, she took. Did she go over her stress?
Yep.
Ouch.
That's why I said rerolls are not needed. She was the medic. She didn't have a good good stress part of it.
War crimes here, shooting the medic first.
I know, right?
To be fair, she shot at you.
Yeah, to be fair, she was an
That's
enemy
so
combatant. It's not like she has a red cross or anything on.
He invalidated her non-combatant status by firing on us first.
Yep. Do you guys? I believe you get to keep because the plan of
Yes.
quick to action still.
We heard 2 voices, right?
Correct. 2 voices, 4 drones on sensors.
So there's 1 drone left. I'm going to move up to there, and I'm going to sort of in a loud, pronounced voice, come out with your hands up. It's over with.
Give me presence command. This would be a pose, correct?
It should be a post, yes. I usually do like control command. Persuasion or negotiations for focus.
Either one would work.
Since I'm taking the non-lethal route, I will give you a threat, and I will spend 2 momentum for 4 dice.
I will match your spends.
Does the palm leaf metal apply? They'll have that one.
Does my diffused attention apply?
I think it would.
Okay,
Reduces
then
the persuade task by 1. Palm leaf metal.
I do have the palm leaf as well. In that case, only I will still give you the 1 threat, but I get back on my momentum, and I'm still rolling the 4 dice, but I get a free d20.
Okay.
Yeah, can I use the palm leaf?
It's a test to persuade against violence.
Yes.
I mean, I would say that this applies. Trying to get them to lower their arms.
I will re-roll the 0.
I don't think she can beat that. She would
That's
have
a
to
6. That's 6.
Yeah, she'd have to roll 4 natural ones here. Go ahead and roll your damage, whatever the damage would be.
It's 7 challenged. It's essentially like 5 or
Like a
2
work-
plus
like a
5.
work-
Yeah.
Like a work track. Okay. I believe that would be enough to cause an injury.
Yeah, just 5. So yeah.
She has her momentum though. I think I gotta spend it here. I'm gonna spend her determination. We the Ji'Karie must protect our people from outsiders. And you don't hear any replies coming from here, but you do start hearing like a case starting to open.
In that case, because I got gained 5 off the roll because the reduced everything by 1, so I gained 5. There's one thing. There was 2 float. I'm gonna spend the 2 float to do a swift task.
Okay.
Is it a momentum to get to there? Sorry,
Get the where?
to there, but in the door.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Spend the momentum to move to there. Which is going to put me in melee range of the other drone, but that's okay, because I'm going to shoot her. Gave her a chance.
Yep. This will be the planned action counts for you two as well, right?
It does. However, I still get the difficulty increase because this is a swift task.
Okay, so it'll be the 3 then.
All right. I'm going to spend another momentum to aim. I will give you a threat and then 2 additional momentum to roll 4 dice. And I'm going to use my joint talent to gain hand phasers for focus.
Yeah.
I did aim. I will chance the reroll.
Gain 2 momentum back.
You div 3, right?
Yeah,
So-
you have 5 successes.
Yeah. The math.
And she 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes. The other thing does not count against her. Like it counts against stress, but it doesn't count against.
Yeah. If you spend one of your bonus momentums, I guess, because I would spend to keep her up, but if you spend one more, it wouldn't matter. You'd fill the stress bar.
Sure.
So I would do that to keep her up, but you'd do the extra damage to fill the stress bar anyway, thus giving her one injury.
Yes, one injury. One non-lethal injury.
Yes.
It goes back to you because DeGrasse kept the. Yeah, goes back to you.
Droney is going to try to zap you, Captain.
How many dice are you rolling?
4.
I'll give you a threat. I'll spend 2 momentum to roll 4. Hand-to-hand combat?
If you have it, yeah.
Yeah, I have hand-to-hand combat.
Oh,
it's a tie.
I already have a complication, so I think you get it by default.
Sweet. I'm gonna spend 1 to re-roll 3. I don't think that's gonna be enough.
Pierce? No, not piercing.
Nope.
No,
Oh, wait,
I don't think there's
my plan actually still kicks in?
probably.
Well, that means, okay, so I gained a momentum off that.
Yeah, then it would. Then you could throw 2 in there.
Yeah, then I just throw the other 2, the 2 bonus into extra damage.
Yep. So you break that one too. Thus ending combat.
Doctor, there's wounded.
Yeah, if we're at a combat, your Baldy's gonna rush to stabilize this dying person.
All right, that'd be daring medicine diff 1.
She
Oh, wait.
instantly died.
Oh no, this one's dead. Sorry, this one is dead. This one's non-lethal.
Oh, he was gonna try to stop her from dying.
Yeah, no, she's dead.
Bomb this way?
Yep, bomb that way. Guessing you enter?
I'm waiting for everyone else, but...
We'll speed it up a bit. All right. So you guys enter this room. I'll let you guys situate yourself however you want to. You see a huge device in the center of the room and Minister Soah next to it. And as soon as you enter, it says, "It's you. I should have known." It's too late. I have activated the bomb. It cannot be stopped.
Doesn't have to go down like this, Minister.
I have won. Your federation will cease to exist, and the Vorcular race will thrive in your absence.
But for how long until the next one you have to erase? How many worlds must you destroy?
All of them if I have to.
All cool if I shoot this guy, because Casey probably got that in his memory engrams. What happened the last time he encountered him?
You probably do remember it.
Any objections to me smoking this guy?
Nope, Garibaldi was just trying to inch closer so he could bull rush the guy. So no objections at all.
Okay, cool. Mr. Blasted.
So Casey, you shoot toward him, and it just hits off a deflector shield of sorts.
And that sucks.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. I've erected a protective field that only allows Vorcular life signs. If anyone else should center, boom.
She just looks to Mendrock to activate the device we made.
Activate the device.
To activate it, I'm gonna make this a difficulty 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it controller daring with engineering.
Let's do control. 3. Alright. Go ahead and spend my determination.
What value?
Trust me, I'm an engineer,
I think that would apply, Mendrock.
and I'll buy a second die.
Right, so you'd be rolling 3 in total, and then have the automatic 2 successes.
Yeah, and let's see, computers as a focus.
Probably not.
Okay.
Not in this case.
Alright. But I spent momentum on the engineering test, so I'll re-roll that one. Nope.
Right. So you do succeed. You have 1 momentum, but you do have a complication.
Well, I do have,
He's got meticulous,
meticulous,
What does that do?
nor complication.
and complication. Having to do with the engineering test.
Yeah, if that's what it does.
Yep. So let's do that.
Wow. God, your character's built so well, Mendrock.
Yeah, I got advice when I built him.
Man, Montgomery Scott ain't got nothing on it, bro.
I know, it's so hard to create challenging engineering tasks for Mendrock because he just laughs at them. I'm gonna go for a normal engineer. This will be challenging. Mendrock's like, nope, done. One roll, 2 rolls.
I mean, I've had fun playing him, so.
Oh, what's that? 30 work? Okay, I'll just do 25 in a single roll.
Yeah.
All right, so you ignore the complications, so you get the momentum, and yeah, Mendrock, according to your readings, it's functioning as it should.
Once assuming Mendrock gives like the nod that it's working, she's gonna slowly
Yep.
approach him if we're not in combat still. Keeping her phaser trained on Soah.
Yeah, I wouldn't call this combat until we enter combat.
Rax is going that way. Garibaldi's going to go the other way.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can situate in the room however you want, because he's not going to basically move from this spot until reasons.
She walks up.
All right, hold on. Hold on to Garibaldi. Something's gonna happen right here. So Prax walks up. First, he has to get over the shock, and I'm gonna spend threat to add this complication I have because I thought of this too. He kind of says, "What the?" And then he pulls out a device and it says, "Stay back. I have this device rigged to the device. If it falls to the ground, the device goes boom." Now you can continue however you want. And he'll kind of take a step back this way.
She goes, Minister, I think you're... She kind of like holsters her phaser, raises her hands up. Minister Soah, the Federation is not what you think it is. We mean you no harm. We never have, and we never will. If you want us to leave you alone, we will leave you alone. But do you think that should be up to your people, not to just you?
Lies, all lies. I am the Vorkilla.
Do you hear yourself? Listen to yourself. You are controlling your people in a way that they may not want to live.
The Vorkilla have been progressing as I have foresaw. My calculations show that the erasure of the Federation means the... words are failing me. The erasure of the Federation means the betterment of the Vorkilla.
For a time. But one of your colleagues did other predictions, and the result is another empire is able to overcome you and will lead your people into a worse fate than imaginable.
He's wrong. I have seen the calculations. I know what I'm doing. I've run every simulation. Stay back. Kind of holds up the device. I cannot be so easily manipulated. All we have to do is wait. And Prax, you can notice there's a countdown timer on here that's set for a couple minutes. Yeah, like 15 or so.
Is Garibaldi moving?
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to sneak up a little bit. He's kind of trying to take Just trying to follow Prax's lead there. While he's standing, he's kind of looking are any of the connections or any of the parts you need to access to disconnect the antimatter thingy from the bomb, like step 1 of the DSS arm in the bottom? I guess that'd be step 2 since we already did the pretend to be the other race thing.
You'd have to wait to do that because if he saw you tinkering with it, he's going to drop his device.
I mean, can he see me? This thing's kind of massive.
Yeah, I mean look where he's standing. He has line of sight on you guys.
What if one of us causes a distraction, the other one runs up and tries to grab it?
Look, I'm gonna try to just keep his focus on me. Look, Minister, you don't have to end the Federation. We can work a deal out to where we leave your people alone if that's what you want, and they will never know the difference.
No, it must be this way. This is the only way that ensures the prosperity of the Vorkula. All other simulations are wrong.
Am I close enough to tackle him?
Almost. I would say you have to be here.
What about Garibaldi?
Same thing. He one more round of distraction. I think you got him.
The Federation values peace, and it's our highest order prime directive to leave people alone.
Stay back, both of you. I'm warning you.
Simultaneous charge.
Yeah, it'd be I would do daring security opposed. One of you can assist each other. Exactly what are you trying to do?
Well, one needs to tackle him and restrain him, and the other one needs to probably make sure he doesn't the dead man switch, I'm assuming.
Yep. Basically.
So yeah, not to activate the dead man switch. You have probably the better role for the grapple stuff, Garibaldi, and I'll do the dead man switch.
Okay. Then at the nod or the wink or whatever from
it's just we're both going at the same time, so you just see her move.
Right. Garibaldi rushes to tackle it.
All right. So since you're doing two different things, then I'm gonna make this two different rolls for you. You'll each have your own daring security opposed roll. So whoever wants to roll first, basically.
All right, I'll go first since she's not talking. All right, daring security, I will give you a bold for threat. And I don't have any momentums. I don't have any focuses. Because I don't have my joined talent in this timeline.
Backstory coming to bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
Damn. Almost got it. You gain no momentum. So yeah, you're able to grapple him around the waist. Prax, you could go ahead and go as well.
I'm going to spend my my determination on the value. Doesn't believe in a no-win scenario.
Yeah.
Hand-to-hand combat for a focus.
Yep.
4 successes.
Ah, damn. I needed my determination, damn it. Gain 3. Yeah, so as Garibaldi tackles him around the waist, Captain, you kind of tackle his arm, his left arm, that is holding the dead man switch. And you're able to basically pry it from him, is how I'm seeing this, as you force him to the ground.
She steps away and shouts, "Someone please deactivate this now."
No, no, it must not be stopped. Okay, we'll enter a new scene for the defuse the bomb. All right. What's the next step? You guys should know.
I know what Garibaldi's doing. He's restraining the bad guy.
That information was only given to the DS17 players. So.
Oh, that's good. So yeah. So the next step. So you already confused the micro sensors, so you're able to get within range. The next step is to cut the power between the antimatter core and the quantum matrix core. So this is going to be daring or control engineering, difficulty 5. I will allow 2 assist.
I think we probably want Mendrock to lead this.
Okay. What am I doing?
The daring or control with engineering, difficulty 5.
Oh my god, I should have saved my termination. Oh god. Okay. Sure. And what does this concern?
We're disabling a bomb to end the entire Federation.
Oh, okay. Alright.
No pressure.
Reverse engineering?
No, not in this case.
Diagnostics.
And you said people can assist?
Yeah, I'll give 2 assists.
Alright, well, I don't have a focus. But, I'll buy 2 extra dice with momentum.
You might want to buy all of them, to be honest.
Oh, I mean, okay. So I'll buy 3 extra dice.
Because it'd just be too threat to give me.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, don't let me talk you into it, because I want the threat at this point.
I know you do.
So, don't let me talk you into it if you don't want it.
I'm just scared. Okay.
Who should be the assist?
My control engineering's 14.
I can reroll that one because I'm cautious.
Yep.
Yeah, I got 5.
Yeah, I was about to
Mine's-
say, never mind.
All right. Should we roll the assists anyway to generate momentum?
Yeah, some momentum is always here, I guess. Never know what you might need.
Yeah. Can anyone beat a 14?
I think it might be you and Nadon assisting here.
I've got 13.
Alrighty, let's do it.
Gain 2 momentum. All right, and so you're able to successfully cut the power between the antimatter core and the quantum core matrix. However, just as you're doing that, Garibaldi, You and I are going to have another go at the daring security, but this time I have threat, and I am using his determination.
Oh, this could go badly.
So it'll be daring security opposed. And he already has 2 successes.
Yay. All right, so I'm going to give you a threat and spend the 2 momentum for 2 extra die. And hope you roll badly.
I hope I don't.
I've already spent my determination. I have no foci.
Dang it. You gain 2 momentum, and he does not break 3. So he tries to like break your hold, but your strength, your size and your strength is enough to keep him down, pinned to the ground, as keeping the engineers free to finish their job. So you're able to power down the quantum matrix core. Now it is just a case of removing the quantum matrix core to totally disarm the bomb. And that is going to be, since I still have momentum, that is going to be a difficulty 3, complication 2. This one I will give 1 assist for.
So EPS or 1-4 mechanics?
No.
Alright.
Reverse engineering?
Yeah. Reverse engineering?
I'll give you the reverse
weapon?
engineering. Yeah, I'll give you reverse engineering.
Same control plus engineering?
Yep, yeah, control engineering or daring engineering.
Okay, and complications too. Give me both momentum and 1 threat for 4 dice. Alright.
And then whoever's assisting.
Well, I guess that probably should be me.
Gain 1. And yeah, Mendrak, you and DeGrasse very carefully pull the deactivated quantum matrix core off of the bomb, rendering the bomb inert.
Can I finally let go of the deadman switch?
Yes.
With that, as she sees that being disabled, she lets go of the switch and just kind of like falls to the floor, sitting down in front of the bomb, going, bowing her head.
And he'll start speaking. You have ruined everything! Everything I've worked for! And, you know, he's definitely trying to squirm out of you and get the prax at this point.
Yeah, Garibaldi's not letting him.
Perhaps change is good, Minister. Perhaps change is good.
And I'm sure all the promises Commander Prax gave you would still be in force. Well, more than willing to live at peace with your people.
No, I will not be stopped! This is not the end! Not the end, damn it! And, you know, he just goes into incoherent ramblings and wailings and, like, no's and, you know, for basically the rest of the time you're here.
Garibaldi, do we have a doctor with us? Garibaldi kind of looks towards the doctor and goes, you know, gives him the silent hands for blue spray.
Doctor will just like casually hand over the hypo spray.
Daring medicine, diff 1.
Yeah, hand it over and make me do it. What is it, medicine diff 1?
Daring medicine.
Your daring's good. I trust you.
Yeah, I'm gonna even roll it flat just for fun.
Yep,
Wait.
you're able to hit him with the hypo, rendering him sleepy.
Thanks, Doc. I didn't think we wanted to listen to that.
Oh, no, he was already getting aggravating.
He's gonna need some serious counseling. What if I can write a paper on this?
I hate temporal war criminals.
Well, I'm sure the Department of Temporal Investigations will have a nice padded cell for him.
Well, we can't leave this monstrosity here. And she kind of opens the old school communicator. Commander Prax to Cadet Beckett.
Go ahead, Commander.
We were successful at defusing the bomb. Currently, all Ji'Karie agents, I believe, are accounted for. One Ji'Karie agent KIA.
Understood. Ready to receive your team whenever you are ready.
Understood. We need to disable the other field drones first before we head out and try to point Starfleet security to this general area. Anonymously, please.
Once you are clear of the location, I will ping security about their missing shuttle.
Understood. Prax out.
And the channel closes.
Well, I guess we get everything in order and head back to Paris.
We'll always have Paris.
Thanks, Casablanca.
Hey, that is my favorite movie. It is the perfect movie.
So, anyone else has something else they wish to roleplay before we head back to Paris? Yes.
Get it.
Back to Paris we go then?
Assuming we get the drones and then we grab the other two, even though the one's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have enough time to do whatever you need to. You could grab the control devices for the drones, one of the cases, and tell them to fly back to it. You gather up all the Ji'Karie, scuttle what you need to scuttle.
Yep.
And yeah, you're transported back. And you appear in the underground bunker with a Beckett at the controls to the transporter. Nice work, Commander.
Did you move us? We're still on the bomb map, by the way.
I thought I switched it. Boom. There, now we're on the right map. There are just a few loose ends to deal with now, Commander.
She kind of looks to Arif. Do pray tell.
Hmm?
Well, I mean, like, to like acknowledge, like, you know, maybe you might want to pay attention to this too.
Indeed.
The first loose end to deal with, of course, are the Ji'Karie agents themselves.
Well, I would say there's either turn them over to the DTI or simply imprison them. But there's no need to harm them or give them away.
They are displaced in time. It may be unwise to give them to authorities in this time period.
Well, that's the entire um, reason for the department. But what would you suggest?
It is, of course, entirely up to you. I was just pointing out possible issues that may arise. Questions might be asked about our actions here.
I always assumed we were going to have to get the DTI involved eventually anyway.
Indeed. So, I don't see anything necessarily that any of us did that was at issue.
I mean, I concur, but our memories of the future, the DTI may not look so candid at that.
Well, I believe the DTI would agree with me when I said that that's need to know only, and there's no reason for them to know. After all, temporal prime directive. We should tell no one.
I mean, our memories are just kind of spotty.
Well, then it's a good roadmap to get us to the future, Chief.
And the DTI can't take us out of circulation because that would alter the timeline.
That it would.
And that, of course, leaves the issue of your memories.
Couldn't we find a Vulcan to suppress them?
I have been equipped with the ability to suppress your memories, thus allowing the natural progression of time to be uninterfered by your future presence. And I can set these memories to be restored back to you at the appropriate time in the future, so that everything that transpired here you will remember.
What about you? You take the temporal transporter back to where we came from?
Unfortunately, it is a one-way trip. I have adopted this persona to blend in to standard Federation life.
Not to mention, if I'm not mistaken with my temporal mechanics, would make you a paradox.
Well, I, for one, wouldn't mind walking down the path of my own memories just to look and compare. After all, who who else wouldn't want to relive some of the moments in their lives? Having our memories could ensure that um, we're able to chart the path that we were supposed to take before this.
That does bring us to the second option. I could leave your memories intact. However, the future will change.
In the violation of the temporal prime directive. I mean, it'd be an awful tempting to change things.
I cannot perform the procedure on those that are unwilling to have it. In order to ensure the proper memory suppression, this, the patient must be willing.
Well, well, Chief, I'm pretty sure I've trusted you enough before. What do you think?
I think we have our memory suppressed, so I mean, I think we're all vulnerable to temptation from time to time. We all got stuff in our lives that we'd like to change. Turn left when we would have changed right, turned right. I think the timeline is safer if we don't remember.
Well, that's a fair statement, Chief. You swung me with it.
I saw into my future and I saw a Starfleet career beyond any that I ever imagined. Personally, I'm happy with the future, at least what I know of it. I would agree to the procedure.
I would also agree to it. It just seems the safest thing.
Oh, count me in too.
If everyone agrees, I can start the procedures.
Do we all have to agree?
Yes, if even one person does not change their memories, events in the future will change and not necessarily for the better.
All I know is before, at least before the Ji'Karie altered our timeline, at least they did in the past, well, our future. My children were never born like the one of the memories that I have, at least from what I can tell. And it seems that we would possibly go back into, or at least towards that other future before the Ji'Karie altered the timeline. I don't know if I can live a future without my children.
I understand, Commander. However, you do play a pivotal role in shaping the future of the Federation. Without you, the Zenkethi Cardassian conflict spirals out of control into an all quadrant wide conflict. It is you that would put a stop to it. And the GM is trying to think of other examples, but I'm sure there are more. There are, of course, several other examples I can give.
If you excuse me, I need to process this.
Of course. In the meantime, we do need to determine what to do with the Ji'Karie agents.
I don't know that we have any options other than to turn them over to DTI.
There's Sorry, who was going to talk?
No, you're good.
There is another option. It is possible to cryogenically freeze these individuals and bring them to justice in the future.
Yeah, that I think turning them over is preferable. That way we know nothing can go wrong.
I, of course, will remain to monitor them if that is the choice we choose, but ultimately it is your decision. If you wish to turn them over to the Department of Temporal Investigations, that will be acceptable.
That would certainly be my call.
What would the DTI do to them? I've never really thought about what they would do with temporal displaced individuals.
Unfortunately, Chief, that's not for us to know.
Agreed. I do not know what will happen to them either, should we turn them over to the Department of Temporal Investigations. But should we cryo freeze them to bring the justice into the future, several agents that have worked with us to several Vorkla agents that have worked with us to stop this assure me that they will be brought to justice once they are brought back.
Well, still, I think probably safer, all things considered, to turn them over.
I think that's what the regulations would state we should do.
I think we've been off the books a little bit much as it is, so gotta balance out the maverick with the good soldier.
We just have to hope that these guys don't figure out some way to escape whatever the DTI does to them or puts them. That's my only concern.
That's an understandable concern, but
Well, I think there's a risk with both ways. I mean, something could happen to the cryo-freeze units. They could be discovered. Eh, I'm with you, XO. Let's follow regs. What do the rest of y'all from the expedition say?
Well, I guess I would say that we have an entire division of Starfleet created to handle problems like this. So I think I would agree. I think following regulations might be the way to go here.
yep. Unfortunately, it seems like you might want to tell those future agents that Arif apologized. Actually, I'll be able to tell them. Hopefully, I'll be able to tell them myself. I'll take the rap for it when it's time.
It is acceptable, Lieutenant Arif. All right, so just so the GM has it, everyone agrees giving them to the DTI is the best course of action.
Yes.
Because roleplay wise, I haven't heard any dissenting voices. And then the only dissenting voice would be Captain Prax about the family thing. But Prax and I did want to talk to you guys about that a little bit before we break. So I don't know if you want to call this a good place to end it, Prax, so we can very quickly go over the options we talked about.
Yep, we'll end it here, and then yeah.
Yep, and then we get to finish things up, or go wherever we need to with next session. So we could